You ever seen what a heaping pile of human poop looks like in thermal imaging? Well, that's exactly what this story is about. The Stoughton Police Department, with a thermal imaging drone, caught a perpetrator dropping her third deuce in the park. That's right. This story is crazy. Imagine you up in the morning and you having your coffee and you're trying to catch your bearings before you start your day. And it's cold outside. They still got snow. And you take that first sip of coffee and you put on the morning news. You just want to relax. And then you look and there's your dog staring you in the eyes. And you like, oh man, he's looking like, yeah, that's right. I got to go drop a deuce. And you like, dang, it's cold outside. You hurry up, throw your clothes on, chug your coffee down and go walk your dog. And while you walking your dog in the park, all of a sudden your dog squats down and he starts dropping a deuce. And all of a sudden, the steam starts coming from it, and another stray dog wanders on that don't have a leash. And you like, man, where'd this dog come from? And she just squats down and she starts dropping a deuce. And that's when you realize it ain't just a coffee and it ain't a lack of sleep, but she's a human being dropping a deuce next to your dog. Man, this is the story we got today. I know it's crazy, but we got to cover it. That's right. This woman was a serial defecator. A serial defecator. A human being using the bathroom like a dog. But apparently she had her senses because, as you're going to see in this story, she didn't wipe or drag her butt along the grass like a dog, but she actually wiped with tissue paper. Man, this story is crazy, man. This is the article, and I'm reading it from 15 News coming out of Wisconsin, where the story's coming from. WMTV. Drone technology helps Stoughton police catch serial defecator using park as a public bathroom. Stoughton, Wisconsin. A drone helped authorities arrest a 46-year-old woman who was repeatedly using a park as a public restroom, the Stoughton Police Department reported Thursday. As you've seen in the thumbnail, and I'm going to put right here, this is actual thermal imaging of the woman. That's right. That's the woman. Thermal imaging. She got her hands up. She just finished taking a dump. She was a jogger, I guess, jogging early, and she brought her tissue paper, and whenever that urge would come on and that stomach would go to rumbling, the rumbling and the tumbling, and she couldn't control herself. Well, she did what everybody would do. She went, dropped her pants down right there in the park, found a comfortable spot and let it out in the park. And people were seeing this. People were walking their dogs early in the morning, and the dog, dogs like to sniff dogs' is poop. That's just normal. That's what dogs do. That's what canines do. They sniff poop that's on the ground because that's how dogs communicate with each other. See, they don't talk like humans. They sniff each other's butts and sniff the poop, and that's communication. That's 100% normal behavior for a canine. But when a human being starts going around dropping deuces in the park and sniffing like a dog, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. There's a disconnect here, right? It's becoming criminal because nobody should have to walk their dog in the morning and see some woman, squatted down and pushing it out, pooing. Man, what's going on in society, y'all? So let's continue on with the article, and you see the image, man, thermal imaging. According to Facebook post, the police department said it received dozens, y'all, of reports from people complaining about finding feces and used toilet paper in a park along the walking path. Now, the people was coming across her heaps of poop later on during the day, but she was committing this felonious activity during the peak time when dawn was happening, when the sun was beginning to rise and it was still kind of underneath the cover of darkness. She was out there dropping these deuces, So officials did not say which park. There's articles now. We know what park it was. The act happened in. Police noted that the woman is not homeless because a lot of people thought there was a bunch of homeless people that was dropping these deuces, but it was one woman. And they believe she does not have mental health concerns. There is a video. You can go online and see it when the police department run into her and they confront her. Police actually confronts her You know, the sun's still coming up because the drone in the image that we showing you caught her, you know, dropping her deuce. So it says, when we first learned of it, we thought it was going to be an isolated issue, said Lieutenant Chad O'Neill with the Stoughton Police Department. But then with neighbors and users of the park continuing to call us to complain about it, I realized that it wasn't just going to go away. They had to actually do police work, detective work, that's right, to find out who was doing this. Lieutenant O'Neill said the suspect claimed to have used the bathroom at a certain time and at a certain location based on a personal pattern. The woman was given a citation for indecent conduct. You can see in the video with the body-worn camera, when the police officer confronts the woman, he asked her, and I'm gonna put a picture of the image right there. That's the cop confronting the woman. Her face is blurred out. They're not releasing her name. Maybe we'll get some information. She got written a citation. She's going to have to pay a fine, but they chose not to arrest her. But when the police officer confronted her, supposedly she says that there used to be porta potties along this particular route in the park, but for some reason they removed the porta potties, and when she got to go, she got to go. But you know you got to poo because you bringing tissue paper with you. She's jogging, she's exercising, and she got her tissue paper with her. So her whole intent, she's jogging with the intent that she's going to have to go, and she's keeping the tissue paper with her, right? Listen, man, I get it. We've all had to take a deuce in some unlikely places. I was in prison, man. When you work that field and you got to poo, there ain't no bathrooms. They got a makeshift wall that 2 inmates carry, and when you got to go, they put that wall up, and you just go in between that little pyramid wall, and you sitting there going, everybody's laughing, ha ha, and keying because you in there pooing. You know what I mean? When you should have waited till you got back to the cell. You know, so I get it, but that's prison. She's free. She wasn't homeless. They were surprised to find out it wasn't a homeless person. The whole community's surprised that it was just one woman, and some of the people are coming back saying it was a big old heap of turds with tissue paper. And that's how they knew it wasn't a dog, but they said it had to be a homeless person. No, she got a toilet at home. So she asked the police, she said, please don't reveal my face. She says she was a reputable woman with a reputable job at a reputable company, and she didn't want to lose her job and be exposed. Lady, hear me out. If you don't want to be exposed, you got to have a real good reason that you pooping in a park, and it can't be a serial pooper. She's a serial defecator. This wasn't just like an emergency. She was doing this constantly. If you can't hold your stomach down till you get to a toilet, then maybe you should wait till you finish doing what you got to do. Then go run, then go exercise. But don't be leaving your human poop for my dog to sniff. See, I don't mind my dog, and most people don't mind their dogs sniffing other dogs' poop because it's normal. But we don't want our dogs sniffing some woman's poop on the ground. Oh, man, y'all. I know I got to cover this stuff. Welcome to The Pen and the Shank, the most unusual and unique crime and prison channel experience on YouTube, where we talk about crimes that are so absurd and unusual and unique, like a woman pooping in a park like a dog. Man, let's get this. Give me a like and subscribe. And check out this video. This dude was pumping chickens. Oh, man.